move into the Mare's Chase. Very much looking like a match bet between Allegory Devassi and Impervious. They're roughly sharing favouritism, both 6-4. Jeremy's Flames 9-2. Magic Days 10-1, 16-1 bar. Mark, Allegory Devassi, you can tell the talent's there, but she didn't look at her best the last time. Impervious has been very, very good in her few runs this season over fences. Where do you stand with this race?
It's really difficult because I've lost heavily on this race already. Back in Tell Me Something Girl, couldn't jump. Allegory Devassi's jumping would worry you for such a short price because, you know, she nearly took the first fence home last time. And she jumped right as well, all the way through the race. Impervious, actually, I thought that was a good performance, beating Journey with me, because didn't even need, I think I'd probably just side with her. The worry we had is that her form collapsed in the second half of the season last year. And you don't know if she's going to be a spring mare or not. But I think out the two, I would go with Impervious just because her jumping's better. And she, you know, she's beaten geldings as well. Allegory Devassi, I mean, obviously all the talk out the Mellons Yard is that she's very special. So it's hard to go against a horse like that. But both of them are too short. Jeremy's Flames, no mag. Like I say, I like Cromwell's horses. But I think if someone pinned me down, I'd go with Impervious. But I wouldn't back her because of the price and because of the, you know, how they regard Allegory Devassi at home.
Callum, it is very much a case of, do you forgive Allegory Devassi for last time, or do you think Impervious can make another step up, or is there something else?
I do think it's between the top two. I think Jeremy's Flame went out at Huntingdon and pretty much exposed the British form here for what it's worth. And coming into this, I don't think, you know, Jeremy's Flame would have been that much in the conversation. So I think she's probably maybe about a 145 horse. I think these two mares are 150 plus, and they're up and coming. I think they're exciting. And I would side with Impervious. I think she needs a bit of cutting the ground. As Mark's point earlier on, she didn't run well in the Mares Novices hurdle, but that's because she had a setback and they were really struggling to get her there. And it was a bit of a minor miracle they did. And they've freshened up this season, and she's looked pretty good. I think that form that she touched off Journey with me on terms that weren't very preferential to her was a really good effort. I think she's just tougher and more genuine and more straightforward, and I think that's important around here. Allegory Devassi is probably the better horse and will definitely be the better horse down the line, but at track and trip and where they are now, I would say with Impervious, although it's quite hard for a 6-year-old just to launch into open company and be absolutely fine here. So and she hasn't been tested around Cheltenham. At least Impervious has been there, kind of seen things. I think she's a tough sort. I think she'll relish a hill. I think she'll like trip, and I think she's a bit more versatile at the moment. And Allegory Devassi's ability to clout one and turn right, you know, that combination would be slightly off-putting. So well down the line, I think Allegory Devassi will be the better horse. I think Impervious will win this race.
2 votes for Impervious. Craig, are you going to make it 3?
Full house, Scott. Yeah, I mean, Richie, WP Mullins, they're having the impact on the market here because Allegory Devassi's form isn't entitled to be favourite for me. Impervious, as we touched on, the form of a recent run was a real cracking effort. Journey with me, I thought, you know, he was the each way angle in the turners, but unfortunately he isn't going to take his chance. Manella Crooner, who's all about stamina. I don't think we've seen the best of Manella Crooner this year. He's been prepared for one race in mind all season. So that's very, very strong form against the boys. I think she should be clear favourite. I think she probably will go off clear favourite if JP gets involved. And I'd be very, very sweet on the chances of Impervious here.
So 3 votes for Impervious. I just think Allegory Devassi is a better horse. I do just get the angle. Is Impervious better for this race? Probably, but I think Allegory Devassi is the better horse. I kind of want to leave this market alone. I'm going to put up 1, and you can shout at me all you want, but Riviere de Tel 16-1. She hasn't been at her best in a long, long time. if she could get back to some sort of, if she could get back, she didn't jump very well last year in the Arkle, but she was in with a great chance 3 out and just missed it. If she would, I think she would have given Edwardstone a serious race. I think at 16-1, I'm just going to play her each way because I just find the top two hard to split. I can't have Jeremy's Flame. I think he's beaten a lot of rubbish, to be honest. I don't think she's beaten anything special this season. And I kind of can't split the top two in the market. So I'll take Riviere de Tel each way. Callum?
It's not crazy, but I just think her stamina, I don't think is ideal for this. She struggled to get up the hill in the Arkle, the old course, and an extra half mile in the new course. I think it's not positive. But they have done back surgery to her, so she might come a bit straighter. So they do obviously regard her. So yeah, no, I'd never knock anyone for thinking outside the box and having a chance. But I'll be siding with Impervious in the day.
Impervious. Mark, you're Impervious as well.
Yeah, Impervious.
And Craig, another vote for Impervious.
Indeed, yeah.